This on a video or not, but R2 bit the dust. The 30-year-old autotiller, and I think that a big part of what it had to do with as well, primarily that she was 30 years old. Secondly, you know, I love our solid aluminum tiller. It's great. Our tiller is never gonna rot. It responds well. It feels good in the hand, but it's so much heavier than a wood tiller. I think that that might be part of what did her in. So, we pulled out all the stops to replace her and went with the top of the line auto tiller system from Raymarine. This feels so good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Gotta love that textured soft rubber. Yeah, that's a beautiful display.
Yep.
Well, this has been a super fast day in Friday Harbor's like official anchorage or whatever this is, because by no means the first time we've come into Friday Harbor, but this is the closest we've been. But first we're gonna run away from this tight, scary little anchorage that we don't need anymore and head over to another one where it will be stiller and hopefully less people. We just filled up 35 gallons of water, so we should be good for a little bit. Kind of excited to get out of here. All right, so we made it over to our new anchorage, and now I'm just starting to get the prep stuff done on the auto tiller install. I just got the control unit wired up with C-Talk, which is Raymarine's proprietary, what's that called? Network protocol. The only cable they don't provide you with is the actual power cable to go from the control unit to the piston arm. Luckily, just with all the electrical projects and stuff that we have going on in the boat, I have some spare laying around. This will be enough. And so I'm working on getting that wired right now, and then it'll be time to pull out all of the sails for the upteenth time and crawl into the electrical pit. Got everything wired power. Now we're gonna go install the little spaceship doodad, which they didn't send the top cover for, so I'll have to reach out. Story about it from, but this is gonna get mounted on the back side of the companionway steps, and then we will wire in the backbone. I guess the last two things to do then will be to put in the actual display and to wire the power for the hydraulic arm. I'm in my favorite little electrical bit, the sail storage locker that you probably saw me pulling all the sails out of. I think that was the last video. But this is what it looks like when it has a Michaela in it. So this is the backside of the companionway steps. Oh, that's really dark. Sorry, y'all. But the hockey puck is down there. That's the breakout for the C-nut. I got everything all wired in and really pretty. The network cabling on the backside of the companionway steps looks top notch. Came up here. Two things left to wire in. We got the hydraulic arm power for that, and the cable's already run. We just have to drill a hole and screw those couple screws in. And the actual control unit. And this is the cable for that control unit, and that is where it's going to go. And it's too short. So I get to crawl back in and move where the network hub is. Hello. Nothing is ever easy. I just drilled the bigger hole after taking out the old speed and depth sensor where we're putting this new control panel, and I somehow fried the battery for my drill in the process. So now we have a 4-inch hole in our boat, and I don't have a way to drill out the holes to do the screws or finish this project. We really wanted to be done with Friday Harbor, but it looks like I might be going back tomorrow. We're motoring back to Friday Harbor because the drill burned out last night. Just started smoking, doesn't work anymore. Put the battery on the charger says the battery's dead. So we have to go back to Friday Harbor, motor back over there today to go to the hardware store. Okay, so scratch the dock plan. We're gonna anchor because the anchorage is pretty empty and we're a lot better at anchoring than we are at docking. So why practice when you can just anchor? Beautiful. All right, let's go to town. Do some errands. Well, that was a very fruitful, quick trip to Friday Harbor. Couldn't have gone much better. We have a new fancy drill. It's in there, trust me. And then we didn't even have to row back to Swirl. A couple real nice guys gave us a tow in their little dinghy. So now we are heading back to our anchorage. Just plugged in the arm for the first time, and we're gonna go flip the breaker and see if it turns on.
Autopilot William. I disagree.
I want to name it something British and posh because Raymarine's based in the UK.
Fine, but like we could go with something much more interesting, like Anastasia. Maybe Sylvia. It doesn't strike me as a Sylvia though. Mm-hmm. No. Just not William. We're not naming our autopilot William. Our last one was named R2D2 and we loved R2. And now this one needs an equally interesting name.
We're sailing, which is really nice. We're just drifting downwind. There's like a 7-knot wind, and we're just drifting along at 3.5. It's really nice. I always feel good on a day that we're sailing.